The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Right Side with Doug Billings. Today on the program, Davos was set ablaze by the president of Argentina, Javier Milei. We're going to have some clips of that speech. I think one of the best speeches ever given at Davos. He laid waste to the radical left woke agenda that drives people into poverty and away from capitalism. And capitalism founded by God and fueling this world, this country in America and the world into success. We'll also talk about President Trump. He has said no to central banking digital currency. Not going to happen on his watch. All of that and much more today. Ladies and gentlemen, The Right Side with Doug Billings is now upon you. Are you ready? Let's go.
Hey everybody, my name is General Mike Flynn, and I'm here to do a big shout out for my great friend and one of the best in the business, Mr. Doug Billings. Right Side with Doug Billings, Right Side with Doug Billings. Doug is the future of the airwaves when it comes to independent broadcasters and podcasters. He is the new Rush Limbaugh. He's exactly what America needs right now, looking for honesty, looking for wisdom, looking for truth, looking for patriotism. Listen to Doug Billings at Right Side with Doug Billings. God bless you and God bless America, and thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are winning. We're winning, winning, winning. Welcome to The Right Side with Doug Billings. Are you ready?
We are not liberal snowflakes who melt away in the face of tragedy, adversity, and challenge. We are a covenant nation under God, and His divine providence is not dead and it's not gone. It is living within each and every one of you. And you will bring it to life in such a way that the world has never seen before. We never back down. We never give up. We march forward.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Right Side with Doug Billings. Thanks for watching us from all around the planet. We appreciate you very much indeed. Coming to you from the frozen tundra of the fruited plain of the United States of America. I don't think we're going to get above 30 degrees here for about a week or so. We, like most of the nation, locked in this Arctic freeze. Remember when they used to call it global warming? They had to change the name to climate change. No one's getting warmer, folks. Davos and President Javier Milei. You saw me do a whole show on this guy several months ago after his election as president of Argentina. And I told you then, and I'm telling you now, this guy is putting the left globalist collectivism groups on their ears. And it's a beautiful thing to watch, a great thing to listen to, given one of the best speeches in Davos at this World Economic Forum that has ever been delivered by anybody. He reminded, Javier Milei did, he reminded the attendees that this collectivism and this globalist approach to world economies has been taking leads from and taking pages of the playbook from the socialist agenda. When capitalism is the only way to lift these countries and states and these people out of poverty. You see, the people in the World Economic Forum, headed up by Klaus Schwab and his group, they talk a big game about climate change and, making it better for people, making the world governance one body, one united organization, one new World Economic Forum, one new economic global power. They talk a big game about it, but they are flawed because everything that they're doing is rooted in the concept of socialism. And socialism has done one thing very well. It has always driven people, nations, and states into abject poverty. And Milei warned this gathering of globalist elites that they are a threat to freedom, not a champion of it, a threat to freedom by instilling the poverty that they claim they're helping to avoid. And they do this, they threaten freedom, and they instill poverty in the systems of government that they touch because they abandon capitalism. In their world, capitalism is some sort of a sin, shouldn't be approached. It's greedy, it's dirty, it's nasty, it doesn't help humanity. Wrong, 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 and wrong on all counts. It lifts people up. It brings people closer to the divine providence of God. Capitalism was invented by God. Take a look. Clip number 1 of Javier Milei, President Milei, the president of Argentina. Clip number 1 in Davos last week. Take a look.
The Western world is facing a significant threat. It is in danger because those who are supposed to defend the values of the Western world are co-opted by a worldview that inevitably leads to socialism and consequently to poverty and economic deprivation. Unfortunately, in recent decades, motivated by some well-intentioned desires to help others and others by the desire to belong to a privileged caste, the main leaders of the Western world have abandoned the model of freedom for different versions of what we call collectivism. We are here to tell you that collectivist experiments are never the solution to the problems that afflict the citizens of the world, but rather they are their cause. Now, when studying per capita GDP from 1800 to today, what is observed is that after the Industrial Revolution, global per capita GDP multiplied by more than 15 times, generating an explosion of wealth that lifted 90% of the world's population out of poverty. We must never forget that by the year 1800, about 95% of the world's population lived in extreme poverty, while that number dropped to 5% by the year 2020, prior to the pandemic. The conclusion is obvious. Far from being the cause of our problems, free market capitalism as an economic system is the only tool we have to end hunger, poverty, and destitution throughout the planet.
The reasons President Javier Milei gave for the ability of nations to escape and rise out of poverty are fundamental, and they're very simple. Those nations created and nurtured, those nations that became free, that escaped and rose out of poverty, they created and they nurtured a free market economy. And the nations which remained poor did not. These governments that engage, ladies and gentlemen, in free market economics and capitalism, if they want to really get it right, they do not interfere. They do not interfere in people's financial and economic affairs. They stay the hell out. They leave us alone to do with our money what we want to do with it. So much to do. Hey, you want to live longer? You've heard about stem cells, right? Your body has stem cells within it, and we have found a product that helps activate your body's own stem cells to turn back the time clock of aging. LiveYoungerWithDoug.us, I should say. LiveYoungerWithDoug.us. Check out the information over there. That's all we're going to give you here. We're not trying to sell you anything, but we want to give you information about a product that re-energizes, reactivates your body's own stem cells, reverses aging, increases the time or reduces the time it takes to heal. Feel better, live younger. LiveYoungerWithDoug.us, ladies and gentlemen. They're the sponsor of the program today. Head over there and check out the information that's offered at that website. I'll be right back. God bless you. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that you could change the trajectory of your aging process? Look and feel better, live younger, be more active, less pain when you move around, sleep better, diminish the lines and the wrinkles on your face? Really? This is what I'm telling you. It's possible. You see, low stem cell activity happens when we get older. And it could be causing many of the health problems that some people have in the world today. Because as we get older, we have less stem cell activity, which means we age faster and we heal slower. The secret is a clinically proven and patented phototherapy non-transdermal patch, whose technology is the result of over 90 clinical studies and over 20 years of research. Your healthier life can begin today, and you can discover true age reversal. Age reversal, ladies and gentlemen. Please go to LiveYoungerWithDoug.us. LiveYoungerWithDoug.us, ladies and gentlemen. Get over there today. Or if you'd like, text my name, Doug, to 41372. Doug, text it, 41372. And get over to LiveYoungerWithDoug.us. get younger, feel younger. I'm doing it. I'm wearing this patch. I feel great. And so will you. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. For the Republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
I want to tell you about the good people over at EMP Shield, electromagnetic pulse, ladies and gentlemen. It can fry your home electrical system or your vehicle's electrical system. But if you attach one of these, now this is for your breaker box at home. There's a smaller version that goes on your battery of your car, your vehicle, that will prevent it from being fried in the event of an electromagnetic pulse. Because as you know, thanks to Administrator Biden, many people coming across the border now who don't exactly have the best of intentions. Protect yourself. EMPshield.com. Get huge discounts over there if you use the promo code Doug.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to The Right Side with Doug Billings, where evidence of the obvious is sufficient. Liberals are intellectually immature. Believe it, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you. The government, Davos, collectivism, globalism, President Javier Milei from Argentina calling out the global elites, shaming them for abandoning capitalism and putting forth mechanisms, procedures, and politics, platforms, and procedures that will utilize socialism to impoverish people. The government in these economies that have found the secret to capitalism stay out of the way of the people within those economies. They don't get in, they don't interfere. And the government within these economies They protect private property rights. Every nation that remained poverty-ridden failed in that principle. They failed the economic rights of its citizens, failed to protect the ownership of private property and the rights thereof. It's that simple. Those countries that went into poverty got in the way. They interfered. They overlorded their authority over the people, and they did not respect the rights of private property. And in this second clip, you'll hear President Javier Milei begin to deconstruct the notion, the false notion, that a globalist and collective of nations is the best way forward. Milei puts forth the truth, as decades of evidence have revealed that what the World Economic Forum is attempting to do will return people and nations and states to poverty and ultimately to death, ladies and gentlemen. And that's not fear-mongering, and that's not anything other than the truth. Here it is, clip number 2 from President Javier Milei of Argentina.
Capitalism and economic freedom have been remarkable instruments to eradicate poverty globally, and we are presently experiencing the most favorable period in human history. It is worth inquiring why I assert that the West is in jeopardy. I argue that the West is endangered, as in countries defending free market, private property, and other institutions of libertarianism, sectors of the political and economic establishment, due to errors in their theoretical framework and ambition for power, undermine libertarianism, opening doors to socialism and potentially condemning us to poverty, misery, and stagnation. Because it should never be observed that socialism is always and everywhere impoverishing, failed in all countries where attempted. It was a failure economically, it was a failure socially, it was a failure culturally, and it also killed more than 100 million human beings. The main problem of the West today is that we not only have to confront those who, even after the fall of the wall and overwhelming evidence, continue to advocate for impoverishing socialism, but also our own leaders, thinkers, and academics who, sheltered in a misguided framework, undermine the foundations of the system that has given us the greatest wealth and prosperity in our history.
It's important to know, ladies and gentlemen, that sitting in that audience, squirming, worrying about what was just said, is Klaus Schwab, a name that's been mentioned on this program many, many times. Klaus Schwab wants to invoke what he calls stakeholder capitalism, forcing corporations to provide for the benefit of society rather than for the benefit of its investors and its shareholders. He gets exactly what in this country the founders wanted, backwards. Klaus Schwab puts it all backwards. The founders wanted each of us, you and me and our neighbors, to take care of one another, not order and dictate and demand that corporations do that. Now, corporations, if they're led by patriots and people who understand the vision put forth by the founders, will do this automatically. But to force them into compliance to serve with only one agenda in mind, the global elite agenda, is tyranny. And Klaus Schwab and his cohorts, including the radical liberals in the crowd, will say that in order for them to create, if we're going to really do this, if we're going to create a just and a fair society, then corporations have got to be forced to take care of the society. And that includes, by the way, forcing corporations to get scored. And we're going to talk about environmental, social, and government scores, the ESG scoring system, in some detail here in the program. And it requires that companies, that they invest in other companies that put forth radical left-wing goals pertaining to those three items: environment, society, and governments. ESG. It's all green energy. It's diversion, inclusion, and equity, DEI. It must be stopped. It serves only one thing, these ESGs and what they do. The service that it wants to create more of is more woke corporations. And Javier Milei correctly identifies socialism going hand in hand with wokeism. And I have said that time and time again. It's good to be vindicated by someone else saying it the same things. Clip number 3, ladies and gentlemen, take a look. Clip number 3, Javier Milei.
Collectivist models and the undeniable advances of the free world, socialists were forced to change their agenda. They left behind the class struggle based on the economic system to replace it with other supposed social conflicts equally harmful to community life and economic growth. The first of these new battles was the ridiculous and unnatural fight between man and woman. Libertarianism already establishes equality between sexes. The cornerstone of our creed states that all men are created equal, that we all have the same unalienable rights granted by the Creator, among which are life, liberty, and property. This radical feminism agenda has led to increased state intervention, hindering the economic process. It provides jobs to bureaucrats who haven't contributed anything to society, whether through women's ministries or international organizations promoting this agenda.
And boom, as they say, boom, there it is. I've been saying that for the past 3 years. Feminism is being used as a method by the left to interfere in corporations, government, and society. He's correct. He's correct. And he points out that the war between genders, the attack on biological women as a result of the transgender movement, has direct links to these people in Davos, their globalist and collective agendas, where they desire to instill socialism across the planet. Up against another break. I will be right back, reminding you, live younger with Doug.us, ladies and gentlemen. Activate your body's own stem cells. It's an amazing technology. Turn back the clock of the hands of time. Live younger with Doug.us. Go over there, learn about it. The site doesn't aim to sell you anything that wants to share information. Share information about how you can feel better, heal faster and better, look and feel younger. Live younger with Doug.us. I'll be right back after this break. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that you could change the trajectory of your aging process? Look and feel better, live younger, be more active, less pain when you move around, sleep better, diminish the lines and the wrinkles on your face? Really? This is what I'm telling you. It's possible. You see, low stem cell activity happens when we get older, and it could be causing many of the health problems that some people have in the world today. Because as we get older, we have less stem cell activity, which means we age faster and we heal slower. The secret is a clinically proven and patented phototherapy non-transdermal patch, whose technology is the result of over 90 clinical studies and over 20 years of research. Your healthier life can begin today, and you can discover true age reversal. Age reversal, ladies and gentlemen. Please go to liveyoungerwithdoug.us. liveyoungerwithdoug.us, ladies and gentlemen. Get over there today, or if you'd like, text my name, Doug, to 41372. Doug, text it, 41372, and get over to liveyoungerwithdoug.us. Get younger, feel younger. I'm doing it. I'm wearing this patch. I feel great, and so will you. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. For the Republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Hi, everybody. Doug Billings here on the set of my show, The Right Side. I am standing shoulder to shoulder with Mike Lindell and his employees over at mypillow.com. Use the promo code Billings when you go over there to mypillow.com. Everything that you need. You already know about the sheets, the pillows, obviously the pillows, the slippers, the best slippers in the world, ladies and gentlemen. They even have dog beds and pet beds over there. I've got 2 of them for my service dog, Jet. Absolutely, I do. MyPillow.com. Stand shoulder to shoulder with me and Mike Lindell as we support his employees as he endeavors to become one of the refounders, if you will, one of the refounding fathers of our republic. It's the least we can do. MyPillow.com, promo code Billings. Please, ladies and gentlemen, MyPillow.com, promo code Billings. Believe it. For the Republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to The Right Side with Doug Billings, dispensing to you intellectual maturity. That's why you who watch and listen to this program are the most intellectually mature audience in all of podcast land. So Javier Milei, the president of Argentina, laying waste to the crowd at Davos. I loved watching it. We're sharing some of the clips from that speech. He reminds us that radical liberals have lost the economic argument. Socialist societies, they can't compete with the success that capitalism has provided. They can't compete with what it has built. So they have to change tactics. They have to turn it into a social and a cultural war. And they use our personal demographics, our gender, our race against us. And they claim that without the involvement of the woke liberal socialist movement, companies and societies themselves would never be able to become just or to attain diversity, inclusion, or equity. Without us, without the radical liberal state running things and running your lives, you would never be fair to one another. You would never take care of each other unless we forced you to. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a word that defines all of that, and that word is oppression. And Javier Milei called them out on this. We cannot be a truly free society if a government of one world order or one collectivism oppresses anybody. Ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing of justice. Excuse me, nothing of justice that comes from the left and their use of social justice. What comes from that is social injustice, and it's rooted in socialism and anti-American and anti-free market principles. Milei called them out on it. The liberal wokeism, the school of thought where woke agendas and feminism and forced compliance, collectivism, it's a debacle. It's a great debacle. And he knew it, and he called him out. And the countermeasure to that is you and me, entrepreneurs and patriots, coming to do the heroic efforts that we in America have always done. And other countries look to us for that example. Javier Milei, clip number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Check it out.
Political caste are the parasites who live off the state. Don't yield to a political class that only wants to prolong its power and preserve its privileges. You are social benefactors. You are heroes. You are the creators of the most extraordinary era of prosperity we have ever experienced. Don't let anyone say ambition is immoral. If you earn money, it's because you provide a superior product, better price, contributing to well-being. Do not yield to the advance of the state. The state is not the solution. The state is the problem itself. You are the true protagonists of this story, and know that from today, you have Argentina as an unconditional ally. Thank you very much, and long life freedom, damn it.
The heroes in every free society are the people who rise up as patriots and entrepreneurs. They're moral guardians, really, of what God and the founding fathers gave us, the Constitution. We can never stop. We must never stop looking to God and those words within the Constitution. We've got to stop looking to the state for the answers to our dilemmas. The state has nothing to do with our prosperity. The state is not the answer. The people are the answer. You know this. The founding fathers, in their mind's eye, had a vision of America whereby if someone's barn burned down, the neighbors of that community would help rebuild it. If your family was sick, or a member in the family ill, it was your neighbors and community who helped take care of you. Someone in your family died, it was your neighbors and your community who buried them for you and helped you get through the grief. Not the state, not the government. You all know this. This is what the founders envisioned. Now the government is entrenched and inwoven with so many aspects of our lives in which it has absolutely no right or business being. Javier Milei in the speech to Davos was basically telling the globalist elites and those who would dare to suggest that we need to be one world collective government to shove it. And he's absolutely correct. To quote him at the end of the speech, live long, freedom. Long live freedom, damn it. That was his quote. Long live freedom, damn it. Love it. One of the best speeches you will ever see. Make sure that you go out there and find it somewhere in its entirety. You've seen some of the key clips here, and it's exactly right on target, and exactly filled with what the inspiration and the truth we need to overcome and to get back on track with who really is in charge. We, the people. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. For the Republic. And don't forget, liveyoungerwithdoug.us. Head over there and get information about how you can activate your body's own stem cells. Some terrific new technology. liveyoungerwithdoug.us. And we will be back. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. For the Republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that you could change the trajectory of your aging process? Look and feel better, live younger, be more active, less pain when you move around, sleep better, diminish the lines and the wrinkles on your face? Really? This is what I'm telling you. It's possible. You see, low stem cell activity happens when we get older. And it could be causing many of the health problems that some people have in the world today. Because as we get older, we have less stem cell activity, which means we age faster and we heal slower. The secret is a clinically proven and patented phototherapy non-transdermal patch, whose technology is the result of over 90 clinical studies and over 20 years of research. Your healthier life can begin today, and you can discover true age reversal. Age reversal, ladies and gentlemen. Please go to liveyoungerwithdoug.us. liveyoungerwithdoug.us, ladies and gentlemen. Get over there today. Or if you'd like, text my name, Doug, to 41372. Doug, text it, 41372. And get over to liveyoungerwithdoug.us. Get younger, feel younger. I'm doing it. I'm wearing this patch. I feel great. And so will you. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. For the Republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Hi, everybody. Doug Billings here on the set of my show, The Right Side. I am standing shoulder to shoulder with Mike Lindell and his employees over at mypillow.com. Use the promo code Billings when you go over there to mypillow.com. Everything that you need. You already know about the sheets, the pillows, obviously the pillows, the slippers, the best slippers in the world, ladies and gentlemen. They even have dog beds and pet beds over there. I've got 2 of them for my service dog, Jet. Absolutely, I do. MyPillow.com. Stand shoulder to shoulder with me and Mike Lindell as we support his employees as he endeavors to become one of the refounders, if you will, one of the refounding fathers of our republic. It's the least we can do. MyPillow.com, promo code Billings. Please, ladies and gentlemen, MyPillow.com, promo code Billings. Believe it, for the republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
As your president, I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency. You know about that? I didn't know you know so much. I'm very well. New Hampshire, very smart people, very current. You know what they're doing. Such a currency would give a federal government, our federal government, the absolute control over your money. They could take your money. You wouldn't even know it was gone. This would be a dangerous threat to freedom, and I will stop it from coming to America.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Right Side with Doug Billings, where we express views, as always, from the perspective of light, logic, and freedom. For those of you who have not heard of CBDCs, we talk about this. We've done shows on this, so you can go back on dougbillings.us and look up in the catalog if you want to further your knowledge about these things. We're going to give CBDCs, the central bank digital currency, that's a hot topic in Davos and in the globalist circle of influence. It's where the government, the state, would take control of your money and your spending habits of that money, quite frankly. It's exactly what Javier Milei was talking about in Davos last week. The state is never the answer to your personal or your financial security. Ever, never, never. And President Trump, who was recently endorsed by Vivek Ramaswamy, there are indications that the Vivek camp has had some influence on President Trump with regards to the CBDC issues. I want you to take a look at Vivek here in clip number 1, and I'll explain more here in a minute. Here's Vivek talking about Trump.
Now in New Hampshire, the official endorsement, we're seeing it right there up on the screen. What did the former president tell you when you guys were backstage?
Look, we had a great conversation. I actually prefer to talk about policy rather than politics, Jesse. And so we talked about a number of issues backstage, which I've actually championed in this race that I do think would be beneficial to the America First movement for President Trump to take on. And I think he was very amenable to many of them. Opposition to a central bank digital currency, talking about certain pardons that I think we need on day one, Julian Assange included on that list. And so I'm not a politician, I'm a businessman, but I'm also somebody who cares about the details of policy and commitments. And so we had some great conversations backstage about that.
So you're going to see Trump, and this is what I'm telling you is going to happen. Trump is going to start to move at near light speed when he takes office. It's going to be quick. He knows the game, he knows the hurdles and the obstacles, and it's not so much a learning curve anymore for him. It's the very thought that's causing the radical left to have panic attacks, the ability and the desire and the intent of President Trump to act quickly. Pardons on day one, may include Julian Assange and others, that kind of thing. And he's going to issue a death blow to this centralized banking digital currency nonsense. The CBDC initiatives, they want to digitize our money. The government would be in charge of that. No problem there. If the government's in charge of you and how you spend your money and the way you get money, oh, sure, nothing could go wrong there. Nothing whatsoever. Scenarios they abound. There's scenario. What if you and me were to do something or say something that the government didn't like, ladies and gentlemen, far be it from ever happening, right? The government doesn't like what you said, Mr. Billings, so we're going to cancel or suspend your ability to access money in our new centralized bank digital currency system. That's what they could do. You think it's easier for them that they've canceled accounts from Mike Lindell, General Flynn, and President others. They can do it with a flip of a switch under the CBDC environment. And not only would the government have access to your money, but they would be able to look at your spending habits. You would be traceable and trackable. And the things that you buy would be known. Your spending habits would be known. And they would be able to create a file. What are you buying? Nothing could go wrong there, could it, my friends? And with a digital currency, the government would have an easier way to invest in these left-wing, woke-driven agenda companies, primarily through avenues like your 401k, but there are others. These companies that are called ESGs. ESGs. And again, you've heard me talk about these. Environmental, social, and governance. That's where your money is taken, and the Biden administration has passed legislation that doesn't even require your permission to get market managers and fund managers to diversify your portfolios into paying these environmental, social, and governance companies from implementing their agendas throughout the republic. So make sure that you take a close look at what your fund manager is diversifying and spending your money on with regards to your investment portfolios, and order that person, whoever it may be, to stop all investments that are going to ESGs. We talked about it in the first segment of the show to a degree, but companies would be given this ESG score on how they are investing in woke companies, because the government will mandate how you, Mr. Company, take care of our citizenry. Green energy, feminism, transgender initiatives, the DEI, the diversity, equity, and inclusion. All of those initiatives put forth by the radical left would be things that you are graded on, scored on. We cannot have it. Cannot have it, ladies and gentlemen. And when all of that is set up, what you've got, and these people in Davos are talking about it every time they get together, the people in charge of the system would be the radical, liberal, woke elites. They would be able to control you. They control your investments. They control the way you get money, how you spend money. If they don't like the way you're spending money, they shut off the supply of money to you. They can take control of the currency, they can monitor you, and you can be controlled. The technocrats, that's them. That's the people who do this. The technocrats, the ones who would inflict this tyranny upon us because they know the system. They know how it works, how it operates, how to get technology to do what they want, and how they can use technology to control your life, your heating, your air conditioning, your banking, your income, your internet, what you can shop for. I know my voice is hoarse, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. I apologize. And they can begin that with the CBDC, centralized bank digital currency. And they will control, and they will try to do it. President Trump has said, no, not on my watch. And the Republican House has come to his aid in this effort. They've passed legislation that prevents the Federal Reserve from implementing anything related to a centralized banking digital currency. And so, as I said in a show just last week, when President Trump takes office, he'll be given 5 gifts. And those 5 gifts involve him having control of both houses of Congress, the House and the Senate. Go back next to last week and look at the program. He will say no to this. He will say no, and he already has, and he's going to move at lightning speed to shut it down. So that's all good news. And even people of common thinking, of intellectual, even mainstream Democrats who have not yet been seduced by the radical left Communist Socialist Party are out saying negative, no, I will not do it, negative things about these CBDCs. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is one of them. He will have nothing to do with it, precisely because of the control it gives to your finances and the tyranny that would spring from that. Folks, a CBDC would allow the federal government to survey all of your private financial affairs. It could restrict you to where you can send money, where you can spend it, when your money expires, an expiration date on money. A CBDC tied to your digital ID and the social credit score would allow the government to freeze your assets or limit your spending or tell you you can only shop from this list of approved vendors should it be enacted. And if you fail to comply with their mandates, so I don't know, like vaccine mandates, they will lock it up and you will be out of money. Food for thought, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your eyes on the news. CBDCs must go down. And keep your eyes on what Trump will do. New Hampshire is coming up. We're going to talk about it this week. Nikki Haley and DeSantis will drop out. Trump will be the nominee. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless you. Head over to livelongerwithdoug.us, the sponsors of the program, liveyoungerwithdoug.us, and get the product. Get information about the product that can control and reinvigorate your own body's stem cells. It's quite fascinating, and it works. I use it. I'm telling you, you're going to be amazed. I'll see you next time, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you. For the Republic. Believe it. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that you could change the trajectory of your aging process? Look and feel better, live younger, be more active, less pain when you move around, sleep better, diminish the lines and the wrinkles on your face? Really? This is what I'm telling you. It's possible. You see, low stem cell activity happens when we get older, and it could be causing many of the health problems that some people have in the world today. Because as we get older, we have less stem cell activity, which means we age faster and we heal slower. The secret is a clinically proven and patented phototherapy non-transdermal patch, whose technology is the result of over 90 clinical studies and over 20 years of research. Your healthier life can begin today, and you can discover true age reversal. Age reversal, ladies and gentlemen. Please go to liveyoungerwithdoug.us. liveyoungerwithdoug.us, ladies and gentlemen. Get over there today. Or if you'd like, text my name, Doug, to 41372. Doug, text it, 41372. And get over to liveyoungerwithdoug.us. Get younger, feel younger. I'm doing it. I'm wearing this patch. I feel great. And so will you. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. For the Republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.